It's been a little while since I've made a proper sports bet. Obviously this channel is very heavily and if not completely focused on live poker. I'm very much a recreational fan of the UFC. Nowhere near professional sports betting status. I would like to be more so in that direction. There's a big fight tonight, Masvidal versus Diaz. They created a new belt for this fight. Should be quite the fight, should be pretty amazing. At this point in my sports betting career and my UFC career, you are not going to find too much high level or mid-level or any analysis whatsoever that might be beneficial to you. I did want to bet on this fight though. I felt like Masvidal is probably not only the favorite, but maybe more the favorite than the odds might suggest. Diaz has a lot of fans. I'm one of them. I think that could sway the price a little bit. I didn't want to just trust my my instincts, my very recreational novice instincts, so I asked for a little help from a more seasoned sports bettor, goes by the name of Jason Somerville. I asked him which side he was taking, and I was happy to hear that he was also taking the same side. Thinks Masvidal has the advantage on the feet, and while Diaz might have the advantage on the ground, Masvidal should be able to handle himself if it comes to that as well. All right, so we're in there. We are officially placing this sports bet for $500. One very recreational and novice thing that I did for this sports bet in particular, I didn't even bother to shop around for the best price. We got minus 145 on Masvidal, so that means for every $145 that we bet, we profit $100. I got in there for $500. I was very tempted to fire a lot more, but we're gonna keep it reasonably responsible for this first bet. As we dabble and we dip our toes into the sports betting waters, we're gonna bet $500. That will pay us $344.85. We will collect $844.85 when and if Masvidal is the victor. It is currently 5:28 in the PM. I just placed the bet. The main event is scheduled to start somewhere around 9:05 in the PM tonight. They won't be showing the fight here at the Wynn. I wanted to come here, place the bet at the Wynn, A, because I love the Wynn, B, love the poker room here. So I'm gonna kill a couple hours in the poker room and then shoot over to another property, sweat this fight, A, as a fan, and B, now as a sports bettor. Just wrapping up the session, the very abbreviated session. It is currently 7:45 in the PM. Not going to be a ton of hands, obviously, since the session was so short, but the most interesting hand came when we're playing seven-handed. The hijack opens for $20. We look down at two red jacks in the small blind. Go ahead and 3-bet it up to $80, and the hijack makes the call. So heads up to a flop, which comes 9-4 deuce with two clubs. I put in a C-bet for $65, balancing with some overcard type hands. He puts in a raise up to $150. Obviously gonna have to continue here with an overpair. There's plenty of overcard holdings that I would even continue with for that sizing. So if I'm doing that, we definitely have to continue with overpairs as well. So I make the call, and we see an offsuit 4 on the turn. I check it, and now he checks back, so I'm definitely feeling a lot better about my hand than I was facing that flop raise. The river is an offsuit king, and it's an interesting decision point between checking it again or trying to squeeze out some small value. I decided on the latter. I put out a small blocker-ish type bet of $75. My reasoning at the time was that if I check it and he puts out a bet that is of reasonable size, then I'm going to be tempted to call that off a lot now that all the draws have basically missed. We're obviously targeting his one pair hands, such as specifically pocket 10s here, maybe a hand like pocket 8s, although I expect him to just flat that on the flop most of the time. Anyway, he does end up making the call, and we roll our hand over, and it is good. So the blocker bet works out this time. I'm not entirely positive that it's the most optimal line there, or the most optimal sizing, but this time it works out. There was one other hand where I opened pocket 10s from early position to $20. Player in hijack-ish makes the call. She's pretty short stacked. We see a flop of 6-4 deuce, I believe, 6-3-2. I bet 25 and she calls. Turns an offsuit 8. She's only got maybe $120 here. I basically bet enough to set her in, and she calls really quickly. The river pairs the 6. I announce one pair, show the 10s down, and it turns out that's good too. A little bit of run good in this very short session here at the Wynn. We buy into the game for $1,500. We cash out of the game for $1,949, I think. All right, basically we make 450 bucks or something like that. All right, we're gonna shoot out of here. I think I'm going to pick up Boosie, my fiance, my lovely fiance. She might want to check out this fight as well, but then yeah, I'm still not positive where I'm watching this fight because this is all new to me. Only certain places in Vegas, they bought the rights. Let's go.
Really necessary.
All right, well, it worked out. It wasn't the expected result. The fight went into the 4th round, almost the 4th round. It finished 3 rounds. They were about to start the 4th round. The ringside doctor stopped the fight due to Nate Diaz cut up too much, too big of a gash on his forehead, eye area. That was that. They wrapped it up. Yeah, it wasn't the expected finish, but Masvidal gets it done in the end, which means our sports bet is a win. We wager $500 and we win about $350. We booked the win in the poker as well for about $450, so we win somewhere in the neighborhood of $800 on the day. Not a bad Saturday. It definitely makes the fighting, the UFC matches, a lot more intense than they already were when you've got $500 or, you know, it's an $800 swing on the line, but pretty fun either way. Good spot back there, the blind pig, to watch the fight. All right, anything to add?
Andrew's very stressful. I don't know about this future.
I'm very stressful, you're right. I was a little bit stressed there. On to the next one, whatever that is, poker, a fight, a football game, who knows what. Hey guys, just a couple of quick announcements here. This coming Friday, we'll be in Deadwood, South Dakota. Cadillac Jacks, we're hosting a meetup game there. Play some low stakes, play some mid stakes. Brad Allen will be there. Come join us if you're in that region of the country. And then on Sunday, we're gonna watch the Jets take on the Giants in Hoboken, New Jersey at a place called the Black Bear Bar. Very high profile game, I know, but the Black Bear Bar, that's a change of venue from a previous announcement. So if you're in that region, come hang out, join us, get there by noon so we can lock up a big table. DraftKings is gonna throw in some odds boost for us, so we'll be able to do some plus EV wagering while we watch the game. Should be a lot of fun. See you guys there.